Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, an amazing, peaceful
That's interesting. It's
civilization
not
was
actually
flourishing.
doing the speech
Led by noble
or
Queen
the
Atia, they
copyrighted
mastered the
music.
arts of
That's
building and
interesting.
crafting. They created things of unimaginable beauty and ruled over thousands of planets. Their culture flourished and lasted thousands of years, full of joy and happiness. Until one day, the day red darkness appeared at the heart of the galaxy. It spread and corrupted everything it touched. Understanding the grave danger, the Queen decided on one final desperate act: to select her bravest knights and send them far away into the unknown, to the empty margins of the galaxy. Their mission is only one: learn more about the darkness and find a way to fight it. Each of them is expected to survive, rebuild, and rise to overcome the darkness. The final hope of saving the galaxy. You are one of these knights, and your epic journey starts now.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cubic Odyssey. I'm your host, 2005 Guy Road 2. Okay, so before we get into the actual gameplay, as well as my little rant later on, I just wanted to show all of you the privacy policy within the game that you have to accept before you can actually play it. So this is after purchase as well, which makes it even more egregious. The reason why I say it's egregious is because I don't know about you, you lot in the other parts of the world, but in the UK there is something called the Data Protection Act 2023. It initially started, I think it was around about the time of the Human Rights Act, and then it's been gradually getting slightly degraded after that. But there is a clause basically saying that you cannot divulge people's personal information, especially giving it to third parties. Now, why the hell Windows 11 is allowed to be sold in the UK, I have no idea. Same with the EU, because the EU has something called the GDPR, which is basically similar to the Data Protection Act in the UK. But the UK has to abide by both of them, the Data Protection Act and GDPR. Now, there are parts within this policy that actually violate both the Data Protection Act and GDPR. So the developers may want to go through their privacy policy and say, this does not apply to the UK and EU, like a couple of other companies, like 2K, for example. They've actually put it in their clause because they don't want to be fined into oblivion. So these fines are no joke either, because also, as well as in the UK, there's another one called the Communications Act 2003. Now, I don't think there's anything in this policy that actually violates it, but it's always best to be on the safe side and actually just add this does not apply in the UK and EU, and make damn sure that the software in the game does not do what's in their privacy policy in the UK and EU, because if it does, they can be in a world of hurt when then maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, depends on if an actual lawyer goes through this crap, and then finds out that with an actual with somebody that knows how to do development and stuff like that, modifications and stuff, actually goes through the code and sees that this is actually happening in the UK and the EU. I wouldn't want to be the devs. Let's put it that way. They could be sued quite heavily because I think the minimum is £10,000, and I don't even want to know what the maximum is. And I think it's per violation. So every time it violates those acts, you're looking at £10,000 one day, £10,000 the next day, £10,000. I think that's how it goes. But I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me on that one. I just wanted to show all of you the privacy policy before we get into the actual gameplay. So I'm going to leave all of you here with the rest of it. You can pause it if needed, but I will put the mouse over certain clauses here and there where I don't really agree with it, but I have to accept because I want to play the game, which is the other really annoying thing. But with that said, I hope that everyone enjoys the upcoming video. If you do, please leave a like. If you don't, please let me know why in the comments below. Also, if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button or the follow, depending on which channel you're watching on, to help the channel grow, and the little bell icon and select all to get notified when the next video or live stream goes up. Also, another side note, my birthday's coming up, and I plan to do a live stream on my birthday. However, there is a certain company that decided to make an appointment for me on my birthday, which is mandatory, so there will be a couple of hour slot where I can't do any live streaming because I won't be home. Um, as well as you might hear a slight difference in my mic now compared to later on, and then it will be back to this one. And that's because I've changed my microphone. Initially, I had an Avery something or other microphone with a face nappy covering it because it was an omnidirectional microphone instead of a directional microphone. And I recently changed it to this one, which is a podcasting microphone that uses XLR and or USB. I have a £200 sound card, which I want to utilize, so I'm not using the USB. I'm using the XLR. So it might be a little bit tinny, it might be a little bit high pitched compared to the old one, but we will be starting with the old microphone first. So with that said, this clip is almost done. I'll see you all in just a moment. Hello everyone and welcome to Cubic Odyssey. I'm your host, 2005 Guy Road 2. Okay, so today we're going to take a first look at the game, see what the game is like. I have actually been playing this one quite a bit, as you can see by the character over here, which is level 16. This is my current offline, without recording character. I have done recordings with him, which will be in the Be Right Back screens for the Twitch streams, for if I have to quickly grab something or have to run to the toilet or something. Speaking of live streams, I intend to do a live stream on my birthday on the 28th. I was going to do a 24-hour live stream. Unfortunately, that's been kicked to the side because of somebody in an office somewhere that decided that they wanted me in on my birthday. So that's thrown those plans out the window. But I still intend to do a very long live stream on my birthday, of which for the Be Right Back screens we have fun times with this game. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. We've got discoveries and we've got views and glimpses of the demo version and lots of the bugs that I found in there. So there'll be lots of little screens come up for small breaks, any unforeseen circumstances. We quickly throw up one of those ones as I sort myself out. And then we basically return and continue. Hopefully it doesn't happen too many times, but I've made a couple of screens just in case. And of course it does also show the locations for all three channels. So the YouTube, the Rumble, the Twitch. It also displays the Team for Fun logo. Because on Twitch I'm a member of Team for Fun. We're a basically a small group of streamers that sometimes we'll stream together, depending on which browser we all use. I use a Brave browser, so I'm not sure if that's going to be compatible or not. Others use other types of browsers, and a lot of us basically absolutely refuse to use the Google browsers. Let's just face it, not very secure, and they love to share everyone's personal details, which I might add violates the Data Protection Act and GDPR. So, fun times. I hope Google gets sued into oblivion for that one. But with that said, I hope that everyone enjoys the upcoming video. What we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the bits and pieces in the game, all the quirks, fun times, as it were, a couple of bugs that I've in the patch notes for the game. I've actually pinned a couple of comments each time, stating that I will gladly fix some of the bugs within the game free of charge. I have yet to get a response from the devs. Basically, there's a couple of errors in their localizations folder, but for some reason they've got a weird file name on it, which nothing that I have, even including Visual Studio, will read and edit these files. If I could read and edit these files, then I could fix these files and then send them straight back to the dev saying, here you go, I fixed this for you free of charge. Unfortunately, I don't know which program it requires to open up the STR files, but if we could edit those, then we could fix the freaking errors within those files for the for everyone in a way. So that things are what they say that they are, and are used for within the game. Let's put it that way. At the moment, if you're doing the English language, I don't know if it's the same with the other languages because I just don't read and write those languages. So I'm not sure if it's the same with the other languages. But if you look at the English language version, there are a lot of errors in the utilizations strings folder, the item one per se. And I would like to edit this file so that we can just fix these errors, and then everyone can play nice and easily again, the way that the game should have been at release. But I can't see why the devs didn't release into early access first, so that any and all bugs could be fixed before full release. A lot of developers seem to be doing this. I know that I didn't plan to go on a little tirade of this, but it's starting to really get to me. The fact that a lot of developers, are releasing games with tons of freaking bugs in them. I know you don't plan for these bugs, and it might seem fine to you when you're in development mode and stuff like that, and you don't see the bugs right there and then. But if you're going to have multiplayer in it, you're going to have co-op in it, you're going to do different languages, I highly recommend releasing it into early access first, so that if any bugs are in there, that they get fixed ASAP. And then when all the bugs are fixed, then go to full release. At least that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to I am currently making my own game. It's hard as hell, because I can't code for shit. I can't wrap my head around the freaking coding language. And there's so many different variations of it. And C++ is a pain in the freaking ass. Pardon my language. But then you've got the whole copyright bit, licensing bit. Don't want to have anything to deal with it. So what I'm doing is I'm making everything myself from scratch. for materials. I'm basically making pictures, and I'm using those pictures to make the materials. So grass, sand, I don't know how to do the water bit yet and everything else, but I'll figure it out. But I can't see why developers release games into full release and then go, oh, there's bugs in it. Oh, we'll just take our time to fix these bugs. Oh, they should have been dealt with right there and then. Uh, you, if you had a QA team and a QA team were hunting bugs and letting you know where these bugs are, they were sloppy as hell. If so many freaking easy to fix bugs are still in there, and I say easy to fix because the localization issue, that's a freaking easy to fix bug, because heck, I did that for a different development team. And I can't freaking code. Sorry for going on a tangent like that, but it had to be freaking said. But getting back to the actual game, I hope that everyone enjoys the upcoming video. I plan to do a live stream with my birthday, but unfortunately, somebody's thrown a spanner in the works for that one. But I still plan to do it. And I hope that everyone enjoys the upcoming video where we're going to go through everything as it progresses. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you don't, please let me know why in the comments below. Also, if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button or the follow, depending on which channel you're watching on, to help the channel grow. And the little bell icon, and select all to get notified when the next video or live stream goes up. Thank you all in advance for watching, and let's get straight into the video. Okay, sorry for that rant there, and it took way longer than I intended. Well, I didn't intend to do the rant, let's put it that way, but it's such a bugbear, and I just had to get it out of my system. But okay, let's get back into the actual game mode itself. So this character here is basically my offline character, where I've been testing the game and finding various issues. This character over here is my Twitch character. So I've been streaming on Twitch through this horrible virus that I still have, unfortunately. It's still throwing a spanner in my daily schedules. So it's a bit of a nightmare. I've had to mute the microphone so many times during the streaming and attempts at recording the videos. And this is probably my 10th attempt at trying to record for YouTube and Rumble. Pardon me. But hopefully we have a better time out of this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to select new. So I don't want to muck about with these two characters, albeit I probably could delete this one now. This one started as my co-op character, and then we found out in story mode, co-op is problematic at best. That's why the developers have made it so that story mode no longer has the, let's say, co-op um, preference on it. You can still do co-op on it, but it's not really supported within the game anymore. So if we go to create character, the first thing that you'll see here is you've got a miner to choose from, a crafter, a pilot, and a knight. So miner, you supposedly get more resources when mining, um, as well as on the planet and in space. With the crafter, you supposedly, I say supposedly because you'll find that this still happens with the miner as well. It says the gear will be cheaper cheaper to repair and craft. Will generate already modded gear. Now, my current offline character, bear in mind he's currently level 16, I think it was. He's able to craft already modded gear. So this piece, I would say, is not limited to the crafter. I would say it's probably all of them combined have that option to craft modded gear. So I would say that it's it's not really that different. Then we have pilot, which is supposed to give you more efficient in combat, shields and everything else, repair costs for ships. And then knight is basically the fighter against the red darkness and the enemies and stuff like that. It's an interesting one to maybe start with, but seeing that I've got 2 miners already, we'll just go down the list and start with the crafter on this one. And then we'll see if it really does give us modded gear straight away, or if we have to wait a while, just like with the miner, to actually be able to craft modded gear. So when we're going through character creation, we have male and female. For some reason, it looks like the female is higher than the male, which is a bit contradictory for reality. Granted, I have seen a couple really tall women out there, some of them even higher than I am, and that's saying something. I don't do feet and inches, but for example, I'm roughly about 1 meter 90 centimeters. Um, yeah, yeah, 1.9 meters. That's basically my rough height. I don't know how much that is in feet and inches. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Basically, I did most of my schooling in Holland, and even though I'm a Brit. um, then we have head decoration, so that would be the hair. So if we look around them, we can go, okay, which one do we want? Do we want a ponytail? Bun? Full set of hair? That one looks female. Don't know how to class that one. But we'll just go with the default one for the moment, which I believe was 5. Yep, 5. My hair color is black. Granted, I'm starting to get a couple grey and white hairs all over the place all of a sudden. My beard is absolutely full of white hairs at the moment, which is really annoying me because I'm still not that freaking old yet. Granted, I feel like an old man of about 70, but I'm not that freaking old yet. Okay, so let's go with brown, so that it looks a bit different than the other characters. And to make it that little bit more different, granted, you can also use these arrows here to change the color type. Let's go with a different gear color as well, so that it's different than the other characters. Seeing that we're 2005 Guide Road 02 instead of 01, which I accidentally deleted, Let's go with a yellowish colour for the suit. We're going to start in adventure mode and without the tutorial. Now I'm not sure if this is a good idea because it supposedly skips quite a bit of the storyline, but I'm quite interested to see what it actually does. So let's hit start. If you do want to see the storyline, I recommend going to my Twitch channel, because in that one we're basically doing the miner and we're going through the full storyline. Okay, so I had a slight audio issue and I solved it. So we actually start with the bits and pieces. So we'll actually get a little bit of a head start than before. So that's nice. So we still need to get that one. So now we have that one too. Let's quickly grab these resources. At least some of them. It's going to take a little while to mine up this stuff. Now we're going to find a nice suitable location to settle down. I'm not going to choose the location it recommends because that location has been pummeled so many freaking times by asteroids. I just don't want to do it anymore. Okay, just want the initial 3 to start with. And have a look at all the others so that we can note it down, and when we get scan up for Cubic going, Cubic can then scan for all those ores for us, so we can find them a little bit easier. But we need to go and move on because it's going to get dark soon, and this game is not very friendly at night. Also, coming up with the transition between day and night, it's also not friendly because that's when the asteroids start pummeling you. I really would like to have some additional space. I guess what we'll do is we'll temporarily turn off dirt gathering and stone gathering, although we do need the stone at the moment. Well, if we just look at the ones that are actually stone, let's drop that for the moment. So hopefully we'll just pick up stone. Basically the reason why I want to have at least 2 free is so that we can get some wood and some leaves. I think that's more aluminium. Yep. Ooh, there's another one down there. Up there, I mean. How many is this? Just the one. Okay. I said fauna detected, that's not good. Oop, that's deep down, didn't want that one. Okay, let's get some wood and some leaves. We'll leave that in there for the moment. We'll pick that up when we put more inventory space. First things first, we need some wood and some leaves. We'll salvage that remains of that building later on as well. But first things first, need some wood and some leaves. I'd like to pick that up too, but at the moment we're just going to have to settle for not being able to pick it up. I can feel another freaking coffee building up. Ah, damn it. Really can't jump very far in this game, that's for sure. If you really want to grab that, I guess we'll have to do it this way. That one will just disappear on its own. Should do. Great. So I'm also uninstalling Visual Studio at the moment. So I don't know if you guys just saw that screen just pop up there. That's because I'm uninstalling it at the moment. It's got some really nasty unsecure features in it, which I didn't know about until very recently. And I restarted the game and found out that it was eating all my memory. Bearing in mind I've got 64 gigs of RAM. So if you do decide to build there, don't plant these things too close to it, because these sprouts, if you plant them here, they become massive trees way bigger than this. I would say about 10 times bigger than this, width included. Okay, so we still have that one, yep. Okay, so we're going to make do in there. We don't want to get too close to that side yet because there's a sniper there. There's also a sniper over there, so we'll have to watch out for that. Also, if you want to note where there's some silicon and what did I have an indicator yet? So we've got some silver over there. I think that's copper. Should also be some silicon over here somewhere. Somewhere, he says. Not remembering exactly where. There should definitely be some silicon here somewhere. which comes in quite handy. And there's the sniper, which we'll have to watch out for. And then, dang it, where the hell is it? I know it says somewhere. Yeah, can't deal with that sniper yet. I know it says somewhere. There it is. So we've got silicon now hit up. So when we get a scanner for QB going, QB will be able to find it in other locations for us as well. We'll do the same with gold. There is a gold vein-ish over here somewhere. Just have to find the right one. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Okay, that's non-hostile one. There are hostile ones to watch out for. That's strange. There's one that was here. That's probably the indicator to say it's time to restart the computer, which I don't want to do just yet. There we go, there's the gold. Okay, so now we've highlighted that, we can find it a lot easier later on. Okay, where do we want to set up shop? Let's say build, and here's somewhere. Ideally, I want to have a nice flat front, but looks like we're out of luck. Uh-oh. That one's a hostile one. Let's go here. Come on, let's dig faster. Because it's not very safe out there at the moment. Okay, let's put that one there for the moment. Oh, we just dug into a cave. That's not good either. No way, it's freed up some space for us already. But it's a bit of a nuisance. Because we don't know where this cave leads. Hopefully it's just an empty pocket, but unfortunately it looks like it continues on, and there's a chance that there are enemies in there. And if this remains dark, then it's going to be a pain for us as well, because enemies will start spawning in here, which is also not good. So we're going to have to set down our builder in a sec. Preferably the sooner the better, because it's almost night time. And night times are not fun times in the game, especially early on, because you'll have flying creatures that fly through the freaking walls. So we'll have to set that up. Let's put some stone in here for the moment. Let's block this off. Don't want unexpected visitors to come through. Okay. We'll fix the floor later as well. Ideally we want a bit more space than this, but screw it, let's put this one down here. We'll dig out a little bit further in a sec. Let's use those stones. 1, 2. Let's block that one up for us. Okay. So let's say no to that at the moment, and let's get rid of that. Because we need to make some stuff. We need a basic furnace, which requires dirt. So before we do that, let's get at least one storage going. Okay, and instead of just fiddling about with key bindings, let's do that. Now, when you come to crafting, if you're in a single player, if you've got stuff in storage, you don't have to worry about getting stuff out of storage in order to craft, because it will just take it out of the storage that you have there. Hopefully that's enough dirt. Okay, so now we want to do at least 2 refineries. Ideally we want 4, maybe even 6, but we do need a hell of a lot of wood or coal as a fuel in order to smelt all the ores. Now, the ore to go for first, I think, was copper. Well, actually, it's all 3 of these. And we also definitely want to smelt some sand and some soil soon as well. Okay, so let's split that because we need to smelt some soil first so that we can make some batteries. So let's grab some soil. Also, if you remove the floor from underneath the chests and stuff, they will fall through. So we don't want to do that. Remove it from there just yet. Okay, so let's get some soil. Let's put that in there too. We need to get a lot more wood. And we also need to, let's say, make it a little bit more safer for us to get in and out of here. So I'm just going to quickly do some mining, and I'll catch all of you in just a moment. This is not a bugbear stuck at the moment. Oh, at least we can duck. Okay, let's quickly put these boxes out. So we'll have one for dirt, one for soil, one for rock, stone. We'll have one for timber, one for everything else, but we're going to have to get some more wood first. So at the moment, let's just empty this one and pick it back up so that we can move it over there. But just for the time being, let's stick the soil and the stone together. The wood and leaves can also go in there for the moment. Then we'll have the building materials in here temporarily, and then all the ores over here. We'll upgrade these when we get more iron, just to help us out. I'll also temporarily stick the remaining torches in there too. Stick that one there for the moment. So we are quickly running out of battery power, so we're going to have to get some more batteries ASAP. We also need to get more ores ASAP. But we really need to do at the moment is get a upgrade to our drill. So we need to upgrade this thing first. Go to utilities, and we need some of those lenses. So let's get some lenses going. 10 to start with. We also need quite a few bits of wire. We'll get a couple going because we don't want to use up all of our iron currently. We're also going to need a couple of these. Probably not all that quickly, but we'll get a couple going while we can. Same goes with this stuff. We do need quite a lot of it later on for batteries. Just don't really need it at the moment. We need to find all these ores. Same for this one. We need to find some silver. Do that. Capacitors. It's going to take quite a long time to actually get it, because on this first planet we don't actually have these ores. The only time we get these ores is through the asteroids, and some of these asteroids can land on really nasty places, i.e. your base, if you don't have defenses up. And if you're out and about, I've noticed personal experience, out and about, the asteroids say that they're going to arrive. You're digging, you're doing other things, you're AFK, they hit you in the head. It's not a fun experience, let's put it that way. Okay, so next up, we also need to make the bench builder. Okay, that's gonna eat into our wiring, and we also need this bench over here, which we need to get some resources for first. Repair bench and everything else comes later because it requires stuff that we can't make. Same with the modding bench, it's going to take a long time for us to be able to create the transistors, because we have to get our crafting skill way up there. Same with the ship bench and the painting bench. I've not actually tried this one yet, so that's going to be something a bit different. But at least we've now got the block bench. We can make the blocks that we want to sprucing up our base with, different doors, different windows, stuff like that. We also need to get some heals going, so let's make a couple of those. Oh, and we have an enemy outside, yay. The other thing that we need to do is get some drone parts going. So we need to get that one. We definitely need to get the scanner going. And a taser would be nice too, but we need gold for that. Let's hope that the enemy doesn't attack our door. I don't think he will. If he doesn't, if we're not in front of it. We also need to get our own scanner going, which should be here somewhere. I thought it was under utilities, but it's not. That's a bit weird. Basics, sorry. Okay, we can get that going too. We've got the tier 1 backpack, so that's quite good. It doesn't have any mods on it, as you can see, so mods come later. And we want to upgrade to these as well, but we need to go to trading hubs to get the circuit boards. We also would like one of those, but again, it requires the circuit boards. Basically, we need that in order to upgrade other components. But it's going to take a little while to actually get to that point. So let's put these bits in here. That's weird. Why didn't that go straight into our QB, or did our QB already have that? Ah, our QB already had it. Blast. That's weird. Why did that swap brand by itself? Okay, I'm just going to dump this in here for the moment. Just keep it out of the way. Let's take the block building bench over there temporarily. We're going to have to deal with him. So let's heal up. Okay, the asteroids are going to impact any second now as well. Where are you? There you are. Don't particularly like this pistol, but okay. Oh. Didn't have any bullets on us. There we go. That threat's been dealt with. Okay, so we still need to sprucing up this place, but it's going to take a little while for the night to pass, and we still have to worry about the asteroids. So the asteroid part should come any second now. Doesn't always come after him, sometimes it comes before him. It's strange that hasn't already happened. So maybe it's going to happen on the transition like I'm actually used to. It goes between the transition between night and day. So what I'll do is I'll start mining again and record as a time lapse, and if it happens during that period, we'll just cut that piece out and cut out all the mining. So I'll catch all of you in just a moment.